Swole, Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles, testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1268 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast. We all flex our bicep, blah. Okay, good. Fucking intro. Screw it. We're done with it. I want to get into the fucking episode. My tongue was like, can we just fucking get on with it? Get on with it. Take another sip of evening coffee. It's all good. What's going on, fam? Welcome to 1268. Thank you so much for being here. Saturday Night Swole. Straight, simple, to the point. Just going to come here and see what's up. It just kind of started getting a little bit later and later. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. We do it all different times. There's no rules here. There's no rules for what time we have to do the swole. That's quite the opposite. We do whatever the fuck we want. So I am here to say what up. I'm here to hear what's going on. Here to hear what's going on. What's good with all you, fam? What's new? What's a good word? What'd you train today? This is going to be a very chill episode. I had a good arm workout today. It's a little sick, a little stupid pump. We got a couple questions. I'll probably go through some questions. I think what we'll do is we'll just shoot the shit, but I'm going to go through some of the questions that I can't. Ooh, yeah. You know why? I figured out what we're going to do. We had this idea earlier and I forgot what it was. I was like, fuck it, we'll just do whatever. But I remember that since tomorrow is a Sunday Funday Q&A-ness, tomorrow is open Q&A. So what I'm going to do is, because maybe we'll start doing, well, it's not going to be every Saturday night. That's silly. I'm not going to plan that out. But I get a lot of questions on Instagram, my Instagram stories. And I always post these stickers. And then I don't always get to, answer all of them because I get to the picture and there's a ton of questions and it disappears after 24 hours. So let's do this. Let me scroll through and see, where did I post that picture? Oh, the question sticker's gone? No, didn't I post another one? No, I didn't. Oh, well, all right. So maybe not. I guess I'll talk about a couple other things. I know I'm just kind of rambling right now, but let me do this. Let me post another question sticker. So if you're not following me on Instagram, we'll use this as a public service announcement. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do, because in my Instagram story, I post those question stickers and I leave quality responses and also very humorous responses, but I will be answering some of those live on the podcast now because I don't get to all of them, or I'll get to some of them and then I won't get to the rest of them. But I did take a screenshot. Of a couple, so we could take some of these questions and talk about some of these topics and see what's going on. Just got back from Disney today, been off a week. Nice, Eric. Very nice. Very, very nice. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed your Disney trips. The Disney. Back in glutes today. Cool. Took my SARMs. You took your research chemicals and lifted heavy as fuck. Willis, cardio and sauna. Ooh, sauna sounds good. I worked out today. I lifted, but sauna sounds good. Well, it's not too late. Love the nighttime Daily Swoles. Why, thank you. The Daily Swole is great at any time. Squats, split squats, bench, and dips today. Respectable. Respect. Nothing wrong with that. Never been to a Saturday night swole. Always do mornings. Well, we don't do Saturday. This is Saturday. It would have been Saturday afternoon if I decided to not go to the gym earlier and do some other stuff first. So it kind of went late, and then I was like, fuck it. We'll just do it. We'll do it whenever. I don't care if it's 11:59. We'll do it, or I'll do it. I'll record. Even if I don't have a live stream capacity, you guys know I'll record and then upload later. So let's take a couple questions from those that maybe don't follow me on Instagram and that didn't get answered before. Let's see. Lisa Marie 5188 asked, should you take a full rest day or just alternate which muscle groups you train? So she said, should you take a full, quote, rest day? So, or just alternate which room. So in other words, she's saying, like, if you are sore for your upper body, do you just do lower body instead? How about let's do a little survey? Because this could be an entire episode, and it's kind of appropriate because Saturday, it's Saturday before Halloween. I think a lot of people are just punched out. I think a lot of people are just not even not even training today, or they're taking off. I mean, it's late. Most people are probably not watching this. Most people are out doing something, out Halloween parties, because the Halloween or the weekend before Halloween is when everyone does all that shit, is when everyone goes out and does whatever. For me, on nights like that, when everyone's out, it's like, okay, that's one night where I am not going out. A lot of people love that. Like when there's a busy night, when it's like the night where everyone goes out because everyone has off on Monday or everyone has off tonight or whatever it is, all of a sudden that day is when everyone wants to, where they want to go out. I want to fucking stay home. If I know everyone's going to be out on a certain night, I want to do the opposite. My first instinct is always, I don't fucking want to go. I don't want to go just to just crowds. That's not my thing. Just to go where it's just ridiculously crowded, just ridiculously absurdly crowded. Not my thing. Not my thing. Not my cup of tea. Not my ball of wax. Not my ball of wax. So what do you guys do? What do you guys, ladies and gentlemen, what do you do in the comments? What do you do for your rest days? What do you do? Let's get a little bit of feedback here. Andrew Markham tried Bulletproof coffee first time today. Awesome stuff. It is delicious. It is quite delicious. I do love me some. Ooh, what up, DP? What up, DP? What up, Darius? Doing a makeshift nutrition jumpstart and taking long jogs and walks with a dog. Just rebooting the system. Reboot, motherfucker. Reboot, Myrilla. Active rest day, low cardio like yoga or walking. Mike Miller, I would work a different muscle group if I was sore. Well, of course, the question definitely wasn't work the same one. It was like, if I'm sore, should I just pick a different muscle group that's not sore, or should I rest completely, take off? That way I can rest, period, not just like rotate. Because if you're doing arms and you're like, oh, I could do legs, or should you just rest to rest your arms kind of thing? It depends. It really depends. Like your split is going to depend on your experience. For people that have been training for years, you can do more overload in the course of a week. You build up your work capacity. You build up your ability to, handle that kind of resistance and handle that kind of workload. But that's earned over time. Like you don't give a beginner a massive, just like Swole season, the program in Swole X, the one that we're releasing for those of you that are members. So week 4 comes out this weekend. And we'll talk about that on Monday during the accountability meeting for those of you that are members. But that's not a beginner program. It's a lot of volume. It's a lot of reps. It's a lot of sets. It's volume. And that's what you need for hypertrophy. You can't get a lot of hypertrophy if you're mitigating the volume. Volume is important. Whether you go to failure, how many sets you do, how many reps, that depends. Because building muscle, there's no real rules. There's general guidelines, but you could build muscle with all sorts of weight, high reps, low reps, isometrics. It's just time under tension, but it's not just the time with like light weights. You need heavy weights, but you need different things. You need different stimuli that are in that hypertrophic spectrum, so to speak. So it goes a lot of different ways there. Stretching type stuff, yoga, gymnastic stuff. What does that mean? Yoga and gymnastics isn't recovery. What's gymnastic type stuff? That doesn't sound like recovery to me. Do they make bulletproof cold brew? Sounds gross because usually oil or butter would congeal if it gets cold. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a cold brew for that. You can have it. You can put some ice cubes in it. I guess you could probably find some way to have it cold, but if you're blending it yourself and then you try to make it cold, it's going to get a little bit chunky. Try blending it cold with ice. It's going to get foamy and chunky. Cold brew, some good shit though. Fuck the status quo. If people are doing it in the masses, I immediately do the opposite. That's really good advice. That's like the best advice. That's absolutely the best advice, is just do the opposite. How many times have I posted that on Instagram, or I've talked about that? When it comes to nutrition and training, do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. If everyone else is fucking fat, do the opposite of what everyone's doing. Don't do what those people are doing. Don't follow all that shit. Don't follow all those jabronis. Do the opposite. Just do the opposite. Do the opposite of what other people are doing. Boom. Done. You nailed it. You fucking nailed it. Just do the opposite. Boom. Problem solved. Problem solved. Do the opposite. When the majority are overweight and obese, when you see what people eat, you see what people fucking eat. You see what people go to the airport when you see people flying, what people eat. It's disgusting. It's disgusting what people put in their fucking mouths at the airport. It's so bad. I mean, you get fast food everywhere. But when you go to places like that, when people are traveling, people can't close their mouths for fucking 2 hours. They're just fucking their face with everything. And it's all chips. It's all processed, whatever can stay good in shipping containers and stay good in the airport. If you're eating at the airport, you are a fucking gangster. You are rolling le dice if you're eating at the airport. I can't even have coffee at the airport. I can't even have coffee at the airport anymore. I don't even buy Starbucks. Maybe I would do. I don't know. No, I think I had a problem with Starbucks too. I got coffee at the airport one trip and I had the shits both ways. Once I got there and on the way back for like a couple days, it fucked me up. And I attribute to the coffee because the next time I travel, I didn't do coffee. No problems. I was like, aha, it was the coffee I had at the fucking airport. You get bad coffee, you are going to dump yourself if you drink bad coffee. That's a surefire way to blow out your asshole. No joke. That's like a fucking guaranteed way to blow out your pooper. Yeah, do the opposite. Best idea ever. Isn't it? Isn't it though? Isn't it the only answer? Isn't it the only option? So yeah, just to fucking do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Oh yeah, I'll see you out there. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Cheers. Cheers, fam. I bought a veggie sandwich at the airport once, $9. What's up, Facebook? Facebook coming out in droves today. What up, Facebook? What up? Josh, typical Saturday night for people is to get blackout drunk where I'm at, along stuffing faces with garbage. I'm setting myself up for the next week. Respect, man. Yeah, I don't want to go out anymore. I don't want to go out anymore. I don't like it really. It depends. It really does depend. And you know what's great? If you don't go out all the time, you appreciate it when you do. It's like, oh, it's an event. You're going out. Ooh, exciting. Look at the buildings. Look at the oxygen. Look at the... I have a different situation just because I do so much here that I try to go and move a little bit around a little bit. You know, it's a good reason why sometimes I go and I do videos on the porch. It's like, it gives me just, you know, I go and I get a little bit of a different scenery because I'm moving around here. And of course I go out, but I go to the gym. I don't go a lot of places. I'm not running around all the time because I need to be in front of the computer doing work. I need to be doing stuff here. At least I'm moving around. I have a standing desk and stuff. So, you know, I can move my legs and stretch my body out. So I'm not sitting down, but you know, it's important. It's important to make sure that you're mobilizing your body, squatting, walking around. Standing desks help too, but it doesn't matter if you're just standing in one spot. A lot of people just put all their stuff, oh, standing desks, that makes all the difference. If you're standing in one spot all day, it's not good either. You need to be in motion. You need to be moving around, standing and then walking. And standing is fine if you're moving around a lot, but if you're just standing in one spot, that fucking jacks you up too. But I got my feet on a tennis ball right now. I'm rolling out. Oh, rolling out that T-ball. Oh yeah. Oh, it hurts. Feels so good. You ate in the airport. I ate in the airport yesterday. It sucked hard. Oof. Found your show a week ago, working on my diet. Any advice for a diabetic doing the elimination diet? I mean, you're doing the elimination diet. Just be careful. Be careful. Do like whatever you would normally do to mitigate your specific issues. I mean, a diabetic type 2, I'm assuming. I mean, that's a bit, I don't know what you're talking about exactly. I can't assume. So just make sure that you are, focusing on the quality of foods. And you can vary. If you're not a Swole Enormous X member, you don't have you might not have the Nutrition Jumpstart manual, but you can vary how you do the elimination. Just start being more aware of your consumption. Consistency really helps. Consistency with nutrition. That's one of the things that happens when people don't actually pay attention to their nutrition in terms of like they just go and they eat whatever. And if you're just going and eating whatever when you're out, think about that. You're just letting someone else choose your food, essentially. You're going through your day, you're going through your life, and you just go and you eat whatever you have available to you. So you're leaving it to chance. You're leaving it to chance. And the average person is going to different locations and they're traveling to work and they're going home and they're going to spots that they haven't been. So if you're looking to eat or looking for a restaurant because you're somewhere, that's not a good reason to eat at that place. Don't eat at a restaurant just because, oh, what's near here? It's like, well, I mean, if you're on vacation, there's something you can plan for those things. You can look ahead and you can make decisions, and you might have to make some flexible decisions when you're on vacation. But if you can plan ahead and you're just leaving it to chance, oh, I wonder what food will be available, I'll eat something, you're going to have a shitty fucking diet, because there isn't a lot of good stuff that's available everywhere. You go to a supermarket, all right, but unless you're eating fruit, like what are you going to do? Just eat a raw steak from a supermarket? You need to have some kind of cooking, so you're going to go and buy something pre-made. So it's going to be marked up because it's covering for the restaurant. They're covering for the employees, the waiters, the waitresses, the chefs. Like there's overhead. So it's a markup on shitty food. Plus they're cooking it with whatever oils and whatever. It depends on where you go, but think about it. If you can control what you're eating and you prep your food and you plan in advance, you're going to be so consistent with your nutrition, whether it's your caloric intake, whether it's your food selection, all of the above. It helps you regulate everything because you're just consistent. You're able to control something. The more you can control in a world that has so much chaos is important for your body, especially if you have specific results, and especially for health. The human body is used to, on an evolutionary level, it's used to eating consistently, because if you are a human being that just evolved, we're not designed to be, we haven't evolved to just fly around on planes and be in different time zones and be eating completely different cuisine instantly. Why do you think people get the shits when they travel overseas and they go to like Thailand and they eat a food or a spicy dish and they fucking shit their brains out and they get diseases and parasites? Because your body didn't grow up in that area. So human beings and our bodies, where we grow up, we're supposed to hunt and fish or do whatever in that area. So you have that cyclical, what foods are available in the summer, in the winter, and your body gets used to that kind of routine, your macrobiome and stuff in your gut. So you adapt and you get better and you adapt to that kind of stuff. So if you're just eating random shit all the time, it's hard for your body to adapt and to really figure stuff out. You're always confusing the bacteria or giving your body food that it's not equipped to process. So it's kind of juggling things. I'm using a lot of analogies, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of common sense that you can gather, just logic, like how would that normally work? Just think about how when you change a diet drastically, let's say, hey, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to go raw vegan. You're going to have a lot of gas. You're going to have a lot of bloating, chances are. You're going to feel you're going to feel completely different just because it's such a complete extreme change. But people go from, oh, I'm eating tons of processed carbs. I just eat so much stuff. I need to lose weight. So they go keto. They go from eating tons of processed carbs to absolutely zero fucking net carbs. And it's just fucking fat. And they shit their brains out because all of a sudden their body's just fucking all this oil, just fat. Shit your fucking soul out. For real. I agree with Tanya. Fail to plan, plan to fail. Indeed, the more prepared you are, the more in control you are of what you consume and your outcome. Come on, everyone's going to talk about, oh, well, nutrition, abs are made in the kitchen. Well, they're made outside the kitchen. They're made in your fucking head if you plan ahead. You have time management, you cook your meals, you prepare your meals, and then when you go somewhere, you bring your food with you. And if you didn't bring it with you, then you just don't eat for another hour or two, and you eat when you get home. Like, you'll be fine. So you'll have your food where you need to. That's how I got results. I brought my food obsessively everywhere. And it wasn't that big of a deal. You just get used to making your food and, okay, you're going somewhere. Cool. How long, where are we going to go? Oh, we're going to be out for like 5-6 hours. Cool. And you bring a little thing of food in case you get hungry. And then when you want to eat, you have your grass-fed beef, or you have your salad, or you have your chicken and vegetables, or you have your sweet potato, and you have your, whatever it is, whatever the fuck you're eating, your celery, whatever the fuck you want to eat, but you have your food. So if you're hungry, you got food. It's not a problem. So many people just think about food all day because they have to think about where they're going to get their meal. If you never have to think about that, you just have your food with you, it actually relieves a lot of stress. not only are you eating better, but it relieves stress of like, okay, what am I going to eat? How often do you hear that? Oh, we're going to eat. Oh, where should we eat? Where do you want to go? It's like, just, that's not even a conversation for me. It's like, I have my food. What do you mean? What am I going to eat? I'm going to eat. And then it's not a debate. It just simplifies a lot of shit. Answers a lot of questions before they're even asked. Just saying. Let's see. Josh, getting rid of nuts to see how I respond since I've already got rid of dairy. Consistency makes adjustments a lot easier. And especially if you're doing elimination, especially if you're really taking stock in your nutrition and figuring stuff out, that's the only way to do it. If you're very consistent, you can make those little minor adjustments. If you're not consistent, you can't test that kind of stuff because you're eating random shit all the time. So you don't know what the culprit is. If you're eating regularly and you're eliminating foods one at a time or in a group, it's better to do as much as you can up front and even the playing field as much as you can at the beginning. But the more consistent you are, you'll notice those subtle changes. So for me, when I add a meal or I add a different type of food and I adjust subtly, I notice that difference that it makes because I'm so consistent with everything. I notice those subtle changes. That's very important. Most people are just so random. You're like, hey, what happened? What should I do to gain weight? Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You have to really understand what you're consuming, how much you're consuming. And most people are so new to training and they're not consistent at all that their body hasn't adapted to anything yet. I've been working out for 3 months. That's not like your body is like, this is what we do now. It's been a couple months. Like, you're still brand new. You can still totally fall out of it. Your body's still adapting to it. You're not an expert after 3 months of lifting weights. Get the fuck out of here. Your body's still adapting and learning. And you're always learning. And then you get a new job and now your routine changes. So then you have to learn again what works best. Or you get tired of a certain food, so you're trying to look for other options. Or, okay, your job requirements now require you to be more mobile. So you have to make foods that you can carry around or eat quicker. And okay, how am I going to... Life is just, you're just juggling. You're just juggling stuff and you're adapting, but it still means that you should eat the right foods and eat the best foods for your body. Do I have an opinion on almond milk? I don't drink it. I think that's just like, why are you drinking fucking ground up almonds and stabilizers and why? I don't have a negative opinion. There could be some stabilizers and artificial stuff and sugar in almond milk. If you're talking about just plain almond milk, like just unsweetened or whatever blend, it's like, fucking why? Fucking why? I don't know. I just, when you say have an opinion on it, it's like, I don't care if you eat it. Like, I wouldn't say it's like, it's awful, but I don't see the purpose of it. I don't see the purpose of it. What do you need it for? Maybe if you're cooking with something, what do you need it for? I never use it for anything. So I'm like literally asking, like, what would you use it for? Tastes like fucking water. Ah, right. Zachary, tastes like white water. Yeah, it's disgusting. I think it's gross. So I'm asking you, like, what the fuck would you need it for? Because I never use it. So I have no opinion whatsoever. I don't have a high opinion. If I used it, but I guess I don't have a high opinion of it because I don't use it, but it doesn't mean that you can't. Bearded dad. Ooh, that's the best kind of dad. Hey fam, don't have much time, but wanted to say I'm down to 214 pounds from the 250 mark. Been a lot of work, but getting there. Good for you, BD. Bearded dad. Fuck yeah. 5, food prep has changed my life. On the weekends, I enjoy spending more time cooking, but otherwise I enjoy eating almost the same thing every day. Yeah, me too. Yeah, intermittent fasting can help, but just a lot of people do intermittent fasting and end up overeating. They just eat too much. They intermittent fast and they just binge eat, and then it's like, well, they're still overeating. Or they're intermittent fasting and they're not exercising, and then they're still consuming too many calories for what they're expending. But intermittent fasting can work. I tend to eat later in the day, but I don't necessarily have 0 calories. If I have bulletproof coffee or if I have a little something earlier, it might not be technically intermittent fasting, but a restricted eating window, like where you're consuming your calories, should be within a specific window. Probably 8 hours is best. But everyone always acts like, oh my God, an 8-hour eating window. It's like, how many hours are you actually eating anyway? You need to eat for fucking 19 hours a day. It's like, I only eat between 2 and, like a 6-hour eating window, I only eat between 2 and 8. It's like the easiest thing. Just eat fucking food then, or between 2 and 10 or 12 and 8, right? It's like 12 and 8. I only eat between 12 and 8. It's like all fucking day. Literally 12 and 8. Okay, if you're up at like 7, you're just not eating for a couple hours. And at 8 o'clock and you're going to sleep at night, it's like you're just not eating right before you go to sleep. If you eat at 8 o'clock, you go to sleep at 10 or 11. Just don't eat, stuff your face for 2 hours and go to bed. So I just think it's funny when you have an 8-hour eating window. It's like, that's like all day. So if you can't do that, then you have issues, but you can get your calories in then. Just don't try to bulk and do intermittent fasting. It's not really ideal. Didn't I say that before? I told that I said that to Mama Swole for something. It was like the piss of a shadow. Yeah, it's fucking gross. The piss of a shadow. I said that the other day about something. I don't know if I said it on the podcast. I don't know if that's why you're putting in quotes. Maybe it was at the coffee, right? Shadows piss or something. Yeah. That reminds me of something that I said recently. I don't know if that's Greg Bender. I get free meals at work and everyone always asks me why. I always bring my food in. I don't eat trash food and look at the others that eat that shit every day. They get bigger and slower every day. People are gaining so much weight. I have like, it goes both ways. You have people that are so freaking obese, and then you still have, we talk about like eating disorders and overeating and obesity. When we talk about not eating enough, like it's like those two extremes. Like if you go after healthy food, fuck, it's so good. I mean, just go after I cannot push the elimination diet enough. It's just so great to know what foods your body feels great with. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like eating food freely. It's like, okay, intuitive eating can work if you're training hard and you earn that privilege. Like you have to you didn't learn this from the start. Like you have to retrain your body. You have to relearn. You have to teach your body how this works because you never learned this in nature. You were always fed shitty foods and you weren't exercising as much as you should have when you were younger. It's like you got to retrain. You got to teach your body what it should have been experiencing from birth. I agree. People always ask if I get tired of eating the same things. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love my foods. I fucking love it. I have plenty of variety. I have more than enough variety. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate it. If you haven't heard it today, thanks for all you do. Oh, why, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I said that about the coffee. Oh, the shadows piss. The watered down coffee that wasn't made on strong. Yeah, that was a fucking disaster. This is made on strong. This is evening coffee. I need to swap this around. I might need a shot of whiskey tonight to take the edge off. I'm a little caffeinated. I still gotta walk the pup. And I still have to cook some food. It is a late day today. I don't usually want to eat this late, but I let my Paula Deen hang out this morning and dropped half a stick of Kerrygold in my balls deep. I let your Paula Deen hung out this morning. I'm like, does that mean like, is that like you weren't wearing pants? Is that what chicks say when they're like hanging flap and they're just like, yeah, just open clam? They call it their Paula Deen. I just got my Paula Deen hanging out. I'm like, ooh, like roast beef or something. That's fucked up. I don't understand how people don't like vegetables. I love them. Because a lot of them are gross as shit. That's probably why. It's probably because a lot of vegetables are disgusting. Have you ever tried kale? That'll give you an answer right there. Kale tastes like asshole. It's impossible to make kale taste good unless you put tons of salt over it and you burn it in the oven. You make kale chips. Otherwise, it's fucking gross. There are good vegetables. I'm fucking around. There are tasty vegetables. But here's the thing about an elimination diet. A lot of people shouldn't be eating certain types of vegetables, but they don't know because they're taught blanket. Like, everyone eats your vegetables. Vegetables are good. Vegetables, not for everyone. And not every single vegetable is good for every single person. Some people have real issues with peppers or with tomatoes or white potatoes, nightshades or eggplant. A lot of people have problems. A lot of people have problems with vegetables. So some vegetables are better for humans and for a lot of people than others. And there's some that are just gross. You're like, I wonder why this is so gross. Why would this be good for me? Just think about this. If you're thinking, let's think about evolution. So let's say you're in the woods. Let's say natural, okay, and then you're a human. You grab kale. There's no way in nature you'd be eating kale. There's no fucking way. That shit tastes, you're not going to wash it, or maybe you rinse it off in the lake or in a river. Not a lake, you're fucking get sick. In a river, you're just going to eat that fucking leaf. Get the fuck out of here. What hunter-gatherer is like, kale? The fuck out of here. I don't know. I'm just thinking about like having these images and having these like thought processes in my head, like thinking about this. It just makes me feel even more just like, I just don't think vegan's natural. I understand. I'm not saying vegan's bad, but when I have these thoughts, think about like someone in the woods just like picking like a piece of kale off. Why would that be? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense that would be good for human consumption. Why would that be good for humans if it's just like, why would you eat that? You would never eat that. You would never get nutrients from that in the wild if you're a hunter-gatherer. You would eat like organ meats. You would hunt. You would gather like some fruits and maybe some berries and shit. You wouldn't like eat kale. You wouldn't find kale and be like, fucking be bitter and nasty as shit. Maybe kale's the answer. Maybe kale tells us the truth. Just the fact that kale exists, we're like, well, we shouldn't be eating that. So maybe that's an answer. But then again, some things you can eat. This is 30 minutes I will never get back. These episodes lack. Derek, go fuck yourself and go watch something else, bro. This episode is exactly what it should be. Get the fuck out of here if you don't like it. Turn it off. We're chilling. Go watch an episode of Nightline or whatever. I don't know. Go watch NBC or some shit. There's so much stuff you could be doing. You don't have to be fucking here. You don't have to be fucking here with us. This episode's the whole point of this episode is that it lacks. It's Saturday Night Swole. I'm chilling. I'm here for you. You don't like it? Fucking leave. I love it how people have to leave a comment. I don't like this episode. Good. Because it's not for you. Peace. Eggplant's a nightshade. What tomatoes? What are some other things? There's a couple other things on that list for nightshades that I always forget, but they're not something that you find in the store often. There's eggplant, tomatoes. Was it red peppers? Yeah, red peppers. This is white potatoes, eggplant. Nightshades people have problems with. Some people, not everyone. But there are some ways where you can prepare them that maybe will be less bothersome for people. But nightshades are very commonly, or more commonly than just like individual. But you have to, if you're testing these things, you're going to find it out. Let's see. Peppers. Does anyone here have issues with nightshades? I'll bring up the list. I forget like just the whole list, but nightshades. We went through most of them. Let's see. What are nightshade foods? So potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants are all common nightshade vegetables. We listed those. I think there's some other ones in that same family. So let's see. I looked at a grasshopper the other day, wondering how it would taste. It looked plump and juicy. Would probably be crunchy. Cricket protein? Are we getting on cricket protein, everyone? I love it when you rage on people, Papa. Nah, well, fuck it. If you're going to watch half an hour of this and like, this is half an hour I wouldn't get back. You watched it for half an hour. If you're watching this for half an hour and then you're going to complain, I usually will give something 30 seconds and then I'll leave. This is the greatest podcast in the fucking world. What podcast is like this? None. Exactly. It's my fucking podcast. I wouldn't take any test boosters. Don't fuck with your test. If you're going to fuck with your testosterone, go to a doctor. Like if you're going to take TRT and shit like that, do it right. I have nothing against people that take any kind of anabolics, even for bodybuilding or just looking huge. It's just a problem when people are taking that shit and then saying, oh, I'm natural. You know, people aren't transparent with what they're taking because a lot of it's illegal shit and they don't want people to know and they want to be like, oh, you're huge. Wow, you're just a miracle. So I don't have any problem with people doing that stuff. But if you're just taking a booster over the counter, you don't want your liver processing that shit. You know, you want to be very careful. So if you're doing real, like I might do that. I mean, I'm planning on doing it. I just when I'll get blood work and it's like, hey, your testosterone's lower because you're getting older, blah, 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 whatever it is. I will take it. Sure. Anything to help me live vibrantly and youthful and stuff like that and repairing and stuff like that, I'll do it. But you do it from a doctor. You get good stuff. You don't just take stuff over the counter like this weed or this herb is going to boost your testosterone 200%. It was shown in field mice in Indonesia in 2014 to, yeah, okay, sure. I know people do eat grasshoppers. I'm sure they do crickets. People doing crickets here. I've been seeing ads for cricket protein and shit. Now that I said that, now my phone and now my Amazon, I'm not going to say her name because she'll turn on, but I'm going to start seeing tons of ads for fucking cricket protein and shit. Great. The greatest podcast in the realm. Yeah, this is supposed to be chill. Saturday night Swole. Rare occasion when I'm here on a Saturday night. Oh, Mama Swolio must be home because the little pup is freaking out. Let's see. Do you ever think that maybe if you act your age, people will actually listen to you? Oh, geez, Derek. Oh, Derek needs a hug. Quote. I'll give you your 30 seconds of fame because you sat through this miserable podcast. Let's see. Do you ever think that maybe if I act my age, holy shit, what fucking decade are you from, bro? Man, get off my lawn. Act your age, young man. Get the fuck out of here. You sound like a real fucking party, bro. You sound like a real someone to hang around with. You act your age, young man. Man, grow up. People actually listen to me. I don't give a fuck if you listen to me. The people that want to be here will be here. You can stay around and just hate watch. That's kind of a waste of time. That's weird. If I didn't like watching a podcast, I wouldn't stay around and complain. But it's all right. Anyway, yeah, give him a hug. No, I think we need to, gotta show him some love. Show him some love. It's okay. It's not every day that you get a troll. It's not every day that you get someone complaining in the comments. The Daily Swole is pretty twat proof. It really is. It's pretty twat proof. But every once in a while you get a little slit and then, sometimes the dam breaks down. You can't, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. And it's all right. Swole acceptance. Come on in. Everyone needs a fucking hug now and again. Everybody needs a hug. And some people need a fucking elbow to the taint, but can't. I can't. Just need some pipe action. Just need a little pipe. I'll be like, meh. You hear what I say? Meh. We told them, didn't we? See? Meh. Fucking pipe. Little pipe action. I got this Shire pipe for a character I was doing like 3 years ago. Now, just bust it out. You know why it's great to hold a fucking pipe? There's nothing in it. It's great to hold a pipe because you can point really well with it. If you're trying to make a point, like you're trying to say something impactful, like, now listen here, see? Yeah. Get off my lawn. You go out there waving your pipe. Let Papa's nuts hug Derek's chin. No. Group hug. All right. I know you're excited. Papa Swole is excited. She jumped off. I was going to show her on the camera, but then she left. Well, anyway. But I fucking love this shit. I love it. Just to close out, because I am hungry and I need to go make food, I want you to listen to something. I want you to listen up real good. Listen up real close, everyone that's watching, -1. Fam, I fucking love this podcast. I love doing it. And I do look forward to doing it every day. And it's not always convenient. And I am here and it's like 10:30 my time on a Saturday night. And that's not a complaint. That's just a fact. And I do this every day for a reason. And sometimes I have a specific topic. And sometimes I want to fucking come here and chill. I want to come here and see what's going on. I want to hear from all of you that are supporting the community. I want to hear from all of you that have been here for most of the 1,268 episodes. I mean, this is fucking great. You don't often have an opportunity to shoot the shit and to surround yourself with some good fucking people to talk freely about any topic you want. And I don't take that for granted. And I'm going to keep on doing it as long as I can. And I'm glad that all of you that are appreciative and that aren't, I don't know, maybe drinking on a Saturday night or acting like tool bags. I appreciate all of you for being here. And if you get butthurt, if you're sensitive and you don't like the content and you're going to watch it for 40 straight minutes and still bitch and moan in the comments like a little twat, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? Nothing has to be said. Nothing has to be said because it only reflects on your, I don't know, I guess on what you like to do with your free time. If you want to troll on a Saturday night and hate watch something, that's fine. I got better things to do with my time, like spread some sick fucking gains, answer some questions, and shoot the shit with my fam. So that's what I do every day. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that's watching. Thanks for everyone that supports every single day. Thanks for all the thousands of downloads every single day. And of course, Swolenormous X and Swolenormous Uncensored Fam. Oh, let's get through a couple of these things that are coming up. Reminder, tomorrow is Sunday Fun Day Q and Anus. So tons of questions. Tonight was kind of like impromptu late, but you all know that Sunday is going to be all questions, all answers. And that's going to come probably more midday. It's not going to be a late night cast tomorrow. And Monday, accountability meeting at 12 noon. So 12 noon Eastern time for Uncensored members, for Swolenormous X Unlimited members. So 12 noon, we got a couple big announcements on Monday. So I want to kind of get your tips wet and get you a little bit excited. So I'm going to tell you a little bit. We have week 4 of Swole season, the 20-week hypertrophy program. Week 4 is dropping tomorrow. That way you will have it already for Monday, and we will be discussing it on Monday morning or Monday during the accountability meeting. And also going to be announcing a major release for X members, like a brand new feature, a brand new thing. Whether or not it's officially going to be launched and like in action on Monday, it might be Monday or Tuesday, but going to be announcing it on Monday. So I'm extremely excited because that's going to be a game changer. So big announcements Monday at 12 noon Eastern time. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for episode 1268 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our fucking biceps. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you don't like it, fuck your couch. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swole. Out.